Hello everyone and welcome in my second video about how to make a multiplayer game by using Bolt in combination with Photon Network. If it's your first time here, don't forget to look at the first video, otherwise you will miss how to install Photon inside Unity, and you will miss also how to make Bolt work with Photon by instantiating or I can say creating all the nodes that Photon needs to work. Alright, what we will see today, it's gonna be crazy, guys. You're gonna see how to join a room. You're gonna see also how to instantiate a game object with the network. You're gonna see also how to synchronize variables like position, rotation, and also how to synchronize animation by the network. Those are really crucial to make your multiplayer game work. Alright, it's not all the things that you need to know, but it's gonna be a very good base to start your multiplayer game. Alright, let's jump into it. Now, what we're gonna do to add from the previous video, it's gonna be connect. First, we're gonna see how to connect yourself to the room. What we're gonna do here is add a new node. Network, let's say join, and here we have a super node that is named join or create a room. That's amazing for us because if the room is not already created, if it's not already created, we're gonna automatically create the room. If it's already there, we're gonna just join it. We're gonna call the room tutorial room for the sake of the tutorial. And here you can see that we need some more options. We need a room option and we need the type of lobby. All right. The type lobby is really simple here. We can just put like the default lobby here because we are already in the default lobby. Then why not but say that we are in the default lobby here. And for the room option here, we need to create a new room option. We can put that in. And we're gonna as well create some rules for that room. If we go in the unit option and we are looking for room option, you will see a big varieties of options that you can add to your room. Here you can see like the max player, for example. We can set the max player of that room. We can say, I only want 2-player maximum because it's a dual room, for example. Okay, let's say that. We can as well say that the room is visible. That means that other player can see it. Let's say that it's visible right now. And let's say that it's also open. Then you can see the room and it's also open because it can be closed and player can see it as well. And let's say that. Then now, here, like we did in the previous video, we are connecting our player to the network. As soon as that is done, we are connecting the player to the lobby. Now, as soon as it is connected to the lobby, we are joining a room or creating a room if that room is not already created. All right. Now that is done, we need to check if the room has been created or we did join the room. Let's copy and paste what we had there. And let's go in our network event script in C#. If you don't remember, it's inside this game object here. We did a network event script. And let's copy the previous script that we did right there because it's going to be really similar. let's go back on our Photon website. And as you can see here, we have the function onJoinRoom that is sending an event to us as soon as the player has joined the room. Then we're going to use that. And we're going to as well trigger a custom event in Bolt as soon as the player is connected. Let's save that. Then now in our Bolt script here, we're going to call the custom event the same name as we did in the C# script. And here, player is now in the tutorial room. All right, now let's test it just to be sure that it's working fine. Player is connected to the server. Player is now in the default lobby. Player is now in the tutorial room. All right, that means that he created the room because it was not there already. That's perfect. All right. Now, more important than that. Now, I'm going to teach you how to instantiate a game object by the network. Okay? Okay. Now, as soon as I join the room, what I'm going to do is instantiate a game object, which will be the player. Okay? Which will be the player, my own player of, yeah, you will see. First, to instantiate a game object, we need to create a new folder that will call that will be called resources. Okay. Let's go into asset, right click, create a new folder. Let's call it resources. Every game object that will be instantiated by the network need to be inside this folder. Okay, and this folder need to be at the root of your game. After that, inside this folder, you can create a bunch of folder. Doesn't really matter. Like we can create one here and call it player, and we can drag our game object there if we want. Okay. First, we're gonna create a new game object, or maybe just let's create a plane for our ground. Let's create a new folder here called material. Here we need some better color than white. Let's create a new material here. Let's call it ground. Can set it a little bit darker. And no reflection. Smoothness at 0. Let's create a new material as well and call it player. Can rename the plane here ground. Create a new 3D object, a capsule. Why not? This is like the standard for players. Let's reset the transform here to put it at 0, 0, 0. I don't know why that is not reset. And let's reset the ground as well. All right. The Y at 1. And now the capsule is properly placed. Let's set the ground a little bit bigger. 2 by 2 by 2. That sounds good. Now the capsule here, we need to assign the new material to it. Let's say that this player is blue. And for now, all our player will be blue. We'll see a little bit after that how to make like the second player red and the first one blue. You will see as well how to like share some data by the network. Maybe in the next video. All right. Now that we have our player, let's call it network player. No. Let's call it player visual, and let's create an empty game object that we are calling network player, and put our player visual inside the network player. It's gonna be way better. And now, our network player need to have one thing: a photon transform view. Okay, this will allow Photon to recognize that this is a network object. Okay, this is really important. Without that, you won't be able to instantiate this game object. After that, on the player visual, we can also add a transform view, because we want to look at this transform here. You can see that the photon view here have an observed component. Right now you have nothing inside of it. You can see here that the photon transform view, you can synchronize the position. You can also synchronize the rotation and the scale. Don't really care about the scale for now, then we will leave it unticked. You can just click and drag the photon transform view inside the photon view observed component. That's perfect. Now what we can do here is maybe create a small script to be able to move this character. I'm gonna go into script here, create, inside bolt, and create a state macro. Why a state macro and not a flow macro? This is because our character inside our player, we need to know just before be able to move inside the world. We need to know if we are the local player or we are the multiplayer or the online player, we can say. You will see. Let's call it player script. Let's add a state machine into the player. Cool. Oh, and one other thing before going into the script, like the main camera here need to be, do we need it to be there? Yeah, I can show you as well how to do that. Yeah, need to be inside our network player. Then this camera here will follow the player. We can, let's say that it's following the player. And I don't really like it. I'm gonna just reset the transform here. Let's say that we are more something like that. We are a top-down camera. We have a top-down camera here. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Okay. Then every player that will be instantiated will instantiate as well his own camera. Okay. Now, inside the player visual script, what we're gonna do here is create a new state. It's gonna be the start state. Inside the state here, we're gonna look if this player is my own, like this game object, if it's my game object. Okay. Photon have a super node for that. Is called isMine. We can make a branch. That means that the player that is playing right now has instantiated that game object. It's not another player that joined the game later or did created the game. It's really mine. It's my game object. It's the same thing like if I'm shooting, like all the bullet that coming out of my gun will be my own bullets, then those things will be true for my bullets, we can say. All right, now if it's true or false, we're gonna trigger a custom event. If it's true, we are the local player. If it's false, we are the online player. Okay? We are looking on ourselves because we have a Photon view script on ourselves. And automatically the Photon script know if we are the owner of the script. All right. Now here we can create a new flow state, 2 new flow state. Can make a transition here, can make another transition there. We have a custom event for online player. Here we have a custom event as well. I can maybe copy the other one right there inside of here. Instead of online, we are the local player. All right, this is how I'm doing it. This is the way that I know that on this script here, I know if you are the online player or the local player. Cool. Then on top here, it's called online player, local player. Then on the online player, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna delete the camera because we don't want to have 2 cameras inside the same scene. Then gonna destroy the network player here. We can have yeah, here we can have an object variable with the camera inside of it. And here we can just destroy that camera. All right, then as soon as we know that it's an online player, we destroy the camera and nothing else happening. Now, if we are the local player, now it's a little bit different. What we're gonna do is, let's say on keyboard input, because I'm very lazy, I'm gonna just let's say as long as we're holding A or D, we're gonna move. I can say translate. We can add a variable player visual. And we're gonna translate. Oh no, we can actually translate ourselves. Yeah, domain. Let's say that we are translating here by 1, there by -1. All right, let's just see if it's working. Oh yeah, we need to instantiate. Okay, this first, what we can say just to debug it, we can just say that we are the local player without checking that, because right now we're not already connected to the server and we are checking that. And it's not good, then we're gonna just bypass that checkup. Oh, okay, we can say 0.5 minus 0.5, and it's the reverse actually. Okay, that is enough for me, just to let you know that we are moving. Okay, come back in the start here, just plug this back in. Now we're gonna go into resources, player, put our network player inside of that folder. Just delete the network player. All right, now what we need to do. We're going back into the network solution here. Gonna look at the Photon network, and it's called, let me remember it, RCP event, something like that, RPC. RCP. God, I don't remember. Photon network, web RCP. It's not that. I'm very sorry. Let me just look at it a little bit. Room, destroy, disconnect. Yeah, that's good. Instantiate. This is exactly what I need. All right. Gonna instantiate here. As soon as we join a room, we're gonna instantiate our player. Here, whoa. Here we're gonna say first, because we are in the folder, we're gonna say you are in the folder player dash. This is the name of the game object. This is how it works. And the rotation, we can just put a new quaternion and let the position at 0, 0, 0. Maybe, oh yeah. The game object have already the good position, I guess. Let's look at that. If we're instantiated there at 0, 0, 0. The visual is not at 0, 0, 0. And we don't care about the camera. Okay. This is saved. Delete that. Let's check again. Working fine. Okay. Then now, if I look back the script, as soon as we are joining the room, we're going to instantiate the character by the network inside the scene. Let's look at it. Ta-da! And if we look at the network player here, we can see that we're having the view ID 1001. This is my view ID because it's controlled locally, as you can see here. This is how we can know that it's the local, like the local player or the online player, because the online player won't have this little checkup. As you can see here, this is mine, then it's working. Now let's see inside the build. Then file, build setting. Gonna add the current scene here. Just delete that thing. And gonna launch a build. Let's say that we are creating a new folder here, build. And let's build a project. Then now what we're gonna see is we're gonna connect two players inside the same game or the same room. Okay. Bolt multiplayer. Let's say that it's our windowed build. We are there. Let's connect with Unity. are also there. The movement is not synchronized. Why? You can see this is the online player, this is okay, and why? Oh yeah, the movement. Oh yeah, I know why. I know why, guys. I did a little mistake here. You see here? That's the component, that's the game object that is moving. And I did the setup on that one. We need to just remove that photon view here. We don't need it. We only need the network player to be synchronized. Then I'm gonna do the same as we did. I just put the photon transform view inside the photon view and synchronize the position and the rotation. And just save and build again. Doop 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 doop. Okay. Ah. Now as you can see, it's working. The positioning is not perfect. This is because you can play with some settings inside the photon transform view. As you can see here, for the position, we can estimate speed, extrapolate option, things like that. This is all the option that you can look at to have a better synchronization with your movement. Like, let's say that we want synchronize 100% the value here, and extrapolate, we don't want that. Just synchronize the option. Let's say that we want that like that, and 360 here for the rotation. This is usually the settings that I'm putting in. All right. Now I'm going to show you how to synchronize an animation. Okay. Let's make an animation with that. Animation. Let's create a new animation. Gonna create an animation folder. Let's call it player movement. And let's record. Let's say that we're doing this when we are moving, okay? It's really basic, but it's gonna show you that we can synchronize an animation, okay? All right. Now, here, what we need. Yeah, we already have the animator there. You can activate it. What we have here is a player movement. No, what we need here is an empty state. Let's say that this state is the default. Let's say here it's nothing. And I'm gonna make a transition here and there. On the transition, I'm gonna say it has exit time, has no exit time for both of them. Gonna make a new boolean that we're gonna name is moving, and from nothing to player movement, I'm gonna add a condition here, is moving to true, and same for here. I'm gonna add the condition from player movement to nothing, but player to false, is moving to false. Now it's pretty simple. What we need to do is inside the network player script into the local player when we are moving, and when we're not moving, then what we need to do here is what we can do. It won't be perfect, okay? It's just for the sake of the tutorial. And forgive me for that really bad coding. Animator boolean, set boolean ID value. Same here. We're setting it to true. Oh, it's not an ID, no, it's the name. Name value. Sorry. And let's get the name is moving. Alright, let's say set moving to false when our keyboard A and D are up. And our key is up, and here to true when we're pressing it. Actually, we can do the same like that. Why not? Okay, and now it's not it, okay? This is only like the basic process to make an animation work inside Unity. Now we're gonna synchronize it by the network. I'm gonna just go back inside our network player game object. We're gonna open our Photon view here, and the observed component here is all the component that we want our network to know that we need to synchronize it. Then here, Photon here, have Photon animator view. Gonna just add it. We need to make it continuous, and we want to synchronize that parameter here is moving, and we need to put this animator inside the we need to create a new object here, and we put it inside of it like that. And I don't know why, but the animator view need to be at the bottom of that list. I don't know why, but it's like that. Photon need it like that. All right, now that it's done, I can go to File. I can go back here and go File and Build and Run. I don't even know if it's working, man. Let's see. Okay. That's really strange. We're doing the animation, but we're not moving. Maybe apply root motion? I don't know. Let's see. No, it's not that. Here it's working. I was not looking at the right component here. This one here. Oh yeah, it was apply root motion. Okay, perfect. Apply root motion is done. Let's build and look at that. And now you will know how to instantiate a game object with the network, how to synchronize position, rotation, and animation as well. now the position is not synchronized, but the animation is synchronized. Let's see why. The online player here. Photon transform view. It's maybe because of the root. Let's copy the component, remove it from there. And add it to the player visual instead. I have a feeling that it's because of that. And inside the local here, we're gonna say that it's our child. We need to specify that it's the animator controller is on our child. Let's try it. Okay. Why I had another player? What the fuck? Oh, because, oh yeah, this player is still in the game. And if I disable the root motion inside this guy here, it's okay. What we can do here is putting this guy to 0, putting this guy to 1. Should fix the issue. Sorry, guy, for the debugging at the same time. I want to make it super fast and it's taking more time at the end. Oh yeah, when I instantiate, yeah, that's another thing. Inside the instantiation here, I need to put the position here at 1. That's the reason why. That's it. Now it's not finished. Now that I have the animator here, I need to put back a photon transform view. No need to synchronize the transform, that's true. So I'll need to have the photon view, then we can remove the transform, the photon transform, and we can just add the photon animator view, synchronize it there, put it to continuous. All right, now what we have here is we're synchronizing the position and the rotation here inside the main, and synchronize the animator component there. Should work. It should. And let's see. Yeah, the synchronization of the So the movement is really not perfect, but as we can see, we are synchronizing the position. I don't know why I'm flying here. It's probably because I'm having a collision on the player and we don't want that. Yeah, let's just remove the collision here. And let's fix the movement issue. Want to interpolate with the synchronized value here, interpolation, estimated speed, let's say that. Final test, it's gonna work, I'm pretty sure. It's always like that anyway. Each time I'm making a new multiplayer game, it's always a lot of back and forth for my build. I'm going up. I'm always going up. It's probably because of the animator. Yeah, the fucking root motion. We don't want that. All right. It's working pretty good. And now you can see how to do all those things. And sorry for the debugging at the same time. Yeah, it's really hard to make it work fine the first time, and I didn't do some multiplayer since like 3 weeks because I was super busy. Then thank you very much guys for being here, and I hope that you enjoyed that video. Next time I will show you how to synchronize some variables inside the network and some more advanced stuff. Then I hope that you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching. Goodbye guys.